Hopefully y'all can see it. Yeah.
Pull up on me, brake checking a bird. 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 On your ass, wanna put my footprint.
What do you think?
I like it.
All right, cool. I'm glad y'all got to see it. I wasn't sure. So how y'all been since y'all been away?
Man, been good. Finally relaxing after the vacation. Finally get to chill out after it.
I want to go back.
Yeah.
How long were y'all gone?
So we left. Yeah, Thursday the 31st. We got back that Saturday, the next Saturday after that. So
So like
just
a
a
little bit
hair
over
over
2
a
weeks.
week, but plenty of it. Plenty of time gone.
What up, Badgers? Thanks for stopping by.
Which Badger or Badgers is that though? You know, is that Mama? Is that Sonny? What do we got here?
We're gonna say it's all of them because it just
It's all
says
Badgers.
the
All
Badgers. Wagonators in the house.
Yeah, Wagonators. Looks like Sarah's creeping in here.
Oh,
I was scolding her for never getting on the live. So, you know, she got her hair did. Now she's like, I'll get on live, sure.
what up, Sonny?
Hello.
Now, if y'all wanna pull up the live on the other phone, that way y'all can stay involved in the comments if you like. Just a thought.
Here's a good idea.
So you guys were gone to was it just Bonneville for over 2 weeks, or were you kind of out and about?
So we just kind of bounced around. We started off. We left right after work on Thursday, 7, 8 o'clock, something like that, and then crashed out in the middle of Kansas somewhere, which probably best place to sleep and not see anything. Then we wound up in Colorado. We just decided to kind of chill in Crested Butte for a day, and ended up sleeping on top of a mountain. Then we made our way over to the Salt Flats and kind of got there later in the day, so we were able to set up camp on the Salt and just crash out. And it was
I think we got a picture of that, Jay, don't we? We have a camp picture. There we go.
yeah, there's camp set up. Yeah.
I stole all your pictures, Will, and sent them to Jay, and I'm like, pull them up when they matter.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that campsite lasted about an hour and a half, and then we learned a really cool lesson about the Bonneville Salt Flat windstorms. And, so that went bye, and then my big ass set a land speed record for chasing our little shower house that was blowing down the salt. So.
World record in a truck towing 2 motorcycles. So,
Oh no! That was the world's fastest fat guy running on the salt. I was in the over 300 class, so
I'm gonna have to look that up now. Let me get my typing fingers out.
if it's not official, it should be.
That's awesome. It looks so crazy out there. Like I was talking to you, Will, that I've always wanted to go, but it's just like seeing people you know out there and them taking pictures and everything. It's just such a surreal place.
Oh, it really is. You know, you see it on TV, you see it on YouTube, and you're like, wow, looks really cool. And then you get there, and it's just your jaw's gonna hit the sand because you're like, this is the coolest place on earth.
Yeah, right.
It really is like another planet.
Yeah, it's kind of like walking on the moon almost, something. But and it's not what you would think. I mean, it feels like you're walking on asphalt that just has like salt sprinkled on it. Really, it's watching the cars run, they've all got traction issues, and saw a bunch of them spinning out, but we watched them going hundreds of miles an hour, and I think we're a quarter mile away from the track where we've got to be spectating that, but you can still feel the motors going by in your chest. I mean, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I've always heard that you kind of look at it in pictures and you assume it's pretty smooth, but when you're there, it's honestly like almost more like gravel than it is cement. It's like fairly loose on top, and like say, like there's not a lot of traction. It's not like a cement, kind of thing.
Yep. And I think from what I gathered is they do manicure like where they're racing at. They've got 3 different lanes out there, and looked like I saw a video of a truck that had like a big steel, it's like a square grater behind it that was just dragging it back and forth and helped smooth it out.
But that's just
how hot was it? Wagonators were asking, was it really hot out there?
So yes and no. All of us being from the Midwest and the South, it is a whole different type of hot because it's 95 degrees out there, but there's no humidity. So yeah, I was out there in blue jeans and a long sleeve fishing shirt to try to keep the sun off of me, but I was comfortable even sitting in the sun. It really wasn't too bad. But if you found some shade, it is insanely comfortable.
There's some shade.
Yeah,
Right.
The only shade you're gonna find there.
Yeah, I don't think there's many trees out there that I can see at least.
No, I think that the salt flats are allergic to shade, really.
Yeah, it's cool. It's funny because you sleep. Don't you have like a little side tent you do on the bike, and you sleep under like in a sleeping bag?
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's just a bigger version of what we do. But actually, we ended up putting a air mattress in the back of the SUV there, and we slept in it for the whole week.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was going to ask where you ended up after the windstorm. So you ended up sleeping in the back of the truck.
Yep. Yeah, it was. We were thinking about just doing it on the ground, but I didn't know how the salt would be. I figured, and thank God we didn't, because even just walking around out there, you catch a little bit of wind, your lips are all covered in salt, everything's salty. It really, it's cool, but yeah, it is a little nasty.
It's like being on the beach, but salt, which sounds way worse, actually.
Yeah, it's the beach without the ocean.
You have to idle that SUV all night, run the AC, or did y'all just crack the windows? Or
no, actually, a good buddy of mine from work let me borrow a little generator. So we had a little Honda generator. So we brought fans and everything with us, and it was, it's 95 degrees in the day, but at night I think we saw 63, 62, something like that. And so it was real comfortable at night.
Wow, that's awesome. So we saw the video. I think I saw what's the record? What happened with the ride? Everything like that.
So we basically showed up. We figured it was going to go one of two ways. So Burt being named after Burt Monroe, who is an absolute legend out of the Salt Flats, we were like, people are either going to love it or they're going to be disrespected because a dog is named after him or something. And they took to it and absolutely loved it. So the way it kind of worked up to it was we showed up completely blind. We had no plans of really anything other than walking around taking some photos. But walked up, and first guy we run into, he was had a Streamliner motorcycle with a sidecar, John Levy. And there's some pictures of Burt actually sitting in the sidecar of his bike, but he there it is. Super cool guy, and we got to chat with him, and he's like, I don't know, he took us in like we were family immediately, but got to chatting with him, and then kind of walked around, talked to a few other guys, and then we went up to the start line, and we were kind of watching while we were like, it'd be so cool to be able to run Burt down somewhere, but we got Burt loaded up on the bike, and we ended up chatting with, I can't think of his name to save my life, but he was an official out there, and he was just like, if you go from this point to this point and do not go over 50 miles an hour, I don't know if it's a insurance thing or what the whole ordeal was with that, but he's do not go over 50. So we went and did it, and so we went 47.62, I think is what it was. And got back, and he's like, well, there you go. He's like, here's the pit bull class of the Salt Flats. He's like, it'll never open again. Now, keep in mind, this is not something that's in like their official record books and all that stuff. It's just kind of an honorary, fun little thing that they did for us. But so in the eyes of the gods of speed, Burt holds a land speed record there.
Was he the first dog that had ever gone down?
I don't know. To everyone's knowledge, it was. But I mean, we only did maybe, I think it was a quarter mile. I don't even think it was all that, but no, it was a cool ordeal. But I mean, I guess if you look at it too, and like if you measure it like they do doggy years, then I think he went around 300 miles an hour.
Yeah. Multiply it by 7 plus his weight, whatever.
Yeah.
And his start line, you got to like line all that stuff up, Yeah.
Yep.
Jay, will you pull that picture of the Guthrie bike sidecar thing back up? So I'm just curious, do you know how fast that thing actually makes runs?
So he goes over 200 miles an hour. He's pretty consistently the fastest bike in the Salt Flats. I think he said him and one other guy kind of go toe to toe a little bit for the fastest bike on the flats, but he was from what we saw, he was the fastest one out there. Really super cool setup. I mean, it looks like you can't really see the cockpit of the bike there. He actually rides further to the right of what we're seeing, but it looks like he's just straddling that whole thing. You can almost see his whole body while he's going down the flats. But if you check him out, I mean, he's on Facebook. I don't know if he's got a YouTube channel or not, but you can see his videos if you Google him, and he flat hauls. And that's actually his slow bike. He's got one, what did he say that was, 1,000 horse streamliner that just flat flies.
Yeah, I looked that up when I was trying to find pictures. I looked up his like website or whatever and saw some more pictures, but I couldn't really see how it's set up. It's kind of hard to tell from that picture. The sidecar just for the wheel, or is it actually? Does anybody ever ride it?
No. It's just to technically say there's a sidecar on it.
Gotcha. No, that's super cool. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine going 47 miles per hour down that. What it looks like sort of gravel-ish, honestly, much less going 200 miles per hour.
Yeah.
On it.
Yeah, and I've ran street bikes for years and years and gone stupid high speeds. And I'm like, oh man, it can't be nothing. I don't know why it's such a big deal. But yeah, when you get there and then you actually watch the videos and you see the cars on how much they're drifting all over that sand salt while they're going, it's like, okay, yeah, that is a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, Bagger or Bates over here. What if it was cocaine instead of salt? Can you say party? No one would survive, Steve. No one.
There'd be a lot of heart attacks, I think.
Yeah, right.
That was in Colorado on the way down. That fresh powder.
Yeah, right.
Now I'm jealous of folks like you. Like anytime we go on trips or whatever, it's all like meticulously planned months in advance. These people who just like leave one day and they're like, we'll probably stop here and maybe find somewhere to sleep. I'm like, man, I could never do that in a million years.
That's how I used to always be. Yeah, I used to have everything planned out. Anymore, it's just like, let's just go here and see what happens.
Yeah.
So you guys went from Missouri to Kansas to Colorado and then stayed in the Salt Flats for, what'd you say, like a little over a week?
Yep. Yeah, it was just a little over. I guess technically we got in Nevada. We got in Wendover, so probably 8 miles into Nevada. So yeah.
Check that off the list. I'm sure you've ridden Nevada before, judging by your exploits, but I don't know where you're at.
That's the furthest west I've ever been.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm a weirdo. I kind of just stick to the South, and that's really about it. I really Kansas, Oklahoma. Yeah, we rode up to Michigan, but other than that, they got a lot better food in the South. People up north and west, they don't know how to season food.
I mean, we've got some folks on here who might comment on the food they have there. What do you guys say?
It gets pretty bland until you get into over the Rockies.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, if someone can prove me wrong, I'll ride out there to try it.
That's the challenge, right? You got Will's ride to eat. Send his ass to Nevada so he can have a meal somewhere.
Absolutely.
You know.
I think I can make a 3 or 4 day trip out of that and be fine.
Yeah.
So did y'all ride to the salt flats just because, or was there a reason?
Well, so Burt being named after Burt Monroe, and him getting up to the 10.5 age range, we've wanted to go out there for years, but it was like, we have to get out there while he can still get on the bike and still actually ride a little bit. And, it was just kind of one of those things where we did have other plans, but it was just like, scratch everything. We have to do this year. And it's just simple as that. So,
yeah.
Honey, what was your take on the whole experience?
It was a little overwhelming. I think I didn't expect that the salt would be, first off, so flat. Like, driving in, you're driving on what kind of seems like a bridge on the highway for miles upon miles and upon miles, and the mirages, it looks like you're actually riding across the lake.
Yeah.
And there's enough cracking in the sand itself on the side of the highway where it looks like waves. It's just eerie. It's really cool. The sunsets were great.
yeah.
But that wind, I swear to you, I was a kite for a little bit. I was getting onto the pole, and there was Bo. Bo fast.
There goes
Bo is trying to be with his people. He's trying to sit in my lap this entire time. Oh, hi, bellies. He wants belly rubs.
Old Burt's over here, he's mad at us.
There's Burt. So now I know you kind of said this was sort of his riding send off. I mean, does that mean you don't plan to ride him anymore, or was that just kind of we wanted to get him here before he got too old for sure?
So that was definitely more to get him there before he gets too old. We've definitely slowed down on the riding, but summertime's kind of out of the question. He's a
fair weather rider.
Yeah. When it's super hot and humid, it takes a toll on him. When it's cold, it takes a toll. So yeah, we're once it starts to cool down, we'll get him out. I know Bike Fest, we'll have him on the bike quite a bit, running around the lake. Yeah, I'm just kind of keeping it anymore to where I can tell when he's uncomfortable. And I know we've had it before where I've gone out on kind of a longer ride with him, and I realized how uncomfortable he was getting. And it was like, hey, I called her. I said, hey, come get Burt. We're just going to chill at this gas station for a while, so he could actually lay down on a car and head home instead of riding another hour. So.
Yeah, and I don't know if he has the record necessarily, but how many miles does he have on the back of a bike, or just about,
So kind of rough estimate, we're estimating around 150,000.
Yeah.
I started keeping track. I think we got roughly the 50,000 mile mark, and that was just me kind of throwing a rough estimate out, and then we started keeping track. So I know for sure he's got over 100,000 by far, but yeah, it's right around 150, maybe give or take a little.
Yeah. So he's probably got Jay. I don't know. I'm gonna take a wild guess here and say he's probably ridden more miles than 99% of people that have ridden motorcycles.
Yeah, we say that a lot.
Yeah.
150,000 miles is no joke. I mean, I know plenty of people that have been riding for decades that don't have anywhere near 150,000 miles, but I don't.
Right.
Whatever. So.
Well, once again, if you do doggy miles, he's up 700 plus. No.
Right? He's a 1,000,000-mile dog right there.
Right.
You could send that to Harley and be like, that Milwaukee 8, that thing's 700,000 miles with his dog on the back.
In doggy miles.
Doggy miles. Yeah,
Doggy miles.
Oh, that's funny. No, it's just super cool because you told me that, you were going to do that like a while back. Gosh, it was like months ago that you were kind of planning that because I know we were talking about it was going to overlap Sturgis and everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just such a cool thing. Like, you've got a dog that rides a motorcycle and you're like, hey, he's been riding a motorcycle for all these miles, all these years, everything like that. And you're like, let's take him to a place most people haven't even been, like cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's dog love. That's what I'm getting at. Love your dogs like Will and Honey love Burt,
Right.
Yeah, that's about it.
Or try to at least.
Yeah, try to aspire to the amount of love that Burt got.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Burt gets. Sorry, Burt, you're not dead. It's okay. It's okay. No, so what? So we got Bike Fest coming up. Obviously, what's y'all's plans? What are y'all doing?
So that's totally shooting from the hip at this point. I don't know if we have anything actually in the books just yet with it. But yeah, we'll have them on the strip. We'll probably be hanging out at the ice hole, and then running him up and down the road every once in a while, and keeping him in air conditioning. We'll either have the truck there or have a whole big bed set up somewhere for him. So
yeah, and that's right around y'all's stomping ground, right? So
yeah, we're just
hole,
down the road.
Yeah. I know it's funny every time I'm looking at, we're talking about, guests for the show and stuff. I'm looking at events and I'm like, we could get Burt, Will, and Honey here. We get Burt, Will, and Honey here. We get Burt, stuff, So I'm like, well, I mean, they're technically local, like.
Yeah, that's true. We're middle of the map. So,
are you guys coming to Arkansas for any of the like Bike Fest Eureka or Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue?
Yeah, I think we're going to do Bike Fest Eureka. We'll probably end up doing Bikes Blues. I mean, we never plan anything until it's 2 days away. So
yeah, like I say, I mean, I'm kind of envious because I'm like, man, I've already got like my hotel booked and got all that stuff,
See, that's the perks of doing the tarp off the side of the bike. You got your hotel booked years in advance.
Yeah.
Right. Listen, Will. Some of us don't shanty shelter on the side of the bike. All right.
Oh no, driver.
Yeah, I know what Jay does. I've seen his tent. That thing's got air conditioning and all sorts of stuff going on.
Oh my goodness.
We spent a lot of money to pretend we're homeless.
Yeah.
It's very true. Oh man, no, that's cool. So, what'd you do on the way back? Did you just kind of come straight home, or did you stop around and do stuff?
No, we jumped all over Colorado. Went up over Cottonwood Pass, Kebler Pass. Then we found some. Yeah, stayed on the Grand Mesa. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, Colorado's neat. Man, it's hard to breathe. I'll tell you that. It's one of those like you get up and go get a piece of firewood and you walk 10 feet and you're like, oh my god, I didn't realize I was this bad.
Terry, you got anything? I was just throwing it out there because I was like,
thanks for putting me on the spot there. So
I was like, well, yeah, I didn't want to. She was like hanging back there with a question or something. I didn't, it's cool if you don't. I was just curious.
I know.
I just want to involve you,
You get you a notepad.
Yeah, get a notepad, right? We didn't plan this really. I walked into the kitchen and I was like, are you going to join the live this week? She was like, well, I mean, maybe. And I was like, you should join live. And she's like, okay.
I did get a haircut, so.
Yeah, there's that. Now, and I've been bikeless for be 3 weeks Saturday, right? So
He's just been sitting in here, sobbing,
yeah,
looking at the bike. So.
I know the feeling.
yeah, it's just in the garage. Then I can't move it anywhere until I get new bearings.
Why is it in the garage, Chase?
Well, so I mean, really, this isn't my fault necessarily, but so I did the ride around Arkansas, which is like inside the state line of Arkansas, all around the border inside of the state, which is about 1,200 miles, and did it in 22 hours. But I was in the far east corner of Arkansas.
What was that, honey?
You got your iron butt, didn't you?
Yeah. It was an iron butt thing. So I was like, 350, 400 miles from home, starting to get dark, and my front wheel bearing started making some real good noises. And I was like, well, I'm not going to get a tow out of Piggott, and there's not a hotel in this town, so I'm just going to go home. So I went 350, 400 miles on. I can't wait to pull the bearings out and see what they look like. But yeah. So yeah, I was going like 50 miles per hour the whole way home, just like grinding bearings and stuff. You know?
Oh no.
Yeah, it was pretty miserable. But it's been 3 weeks now, and it's sitting out in the garage. I'm waiting for my bearings to come in
From Germany.
Mm-hmm. BMW life. That was I got called, so I ordered front and backs, even though the backs don't seem bad. But I was like, hey, let's just go ahead and head that off at the pass, you know.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They called me the next day, and they were like, so none of these exist in North America, so we're gonna have to it's gonna be a few weeks until we can get them from Germany to here to send them to you. And I was like, yeah, I kind of figured, I was just trying to be, whatchamacallit. I was just trying to be, forward thinking. Proactive. There you go, and get the back ones while I knew I should. So yeah, it's one of the problems of also not having a dealership within like 3.5 hours too. Is you got to deal with that stuff when it happens.
Where's your nearest dealer, Chase?
I mean, technically Tulsa, but they've 3 strikes and outed for me, so I don't go there anymore. I go to St. Louis. Yeah. So what is that? 325, 350 miles, something like that. So
You would think that they would have parts. I mean, that's not a totally uncommon bike, but
yeah, Jay and I were talking about that, and it was like, I was like, well, it's funny because, if you have like an old bike, like some sort of weird old obscure bike, you hoard parts for it, until they're like gone forever. I was like, I have to hoard parts for my new bike because it'll take like 2 months to get them otherwise. I have to pre-plan my maintenance parts.
Right.
I gotta wait forever. Because my bike's a 22, and the bike itself came out in 20, I think was when they first released the model. So I don't know. I was like, maybe people just don't ride enough for them to ship rear bearings over here. Who knows? Whatever. But,
I've been throwing real small darts at him that have Harley Davidson logos on them. Every once in a while, I just throw one at him. My bearings were only $100.
Yeah, we don't want to discuss the price of my bearings or anything.
Oh no, I think that's what BMW stands for, is break my wallet, right?
Well, I don't know if you saw so I need to change the transmission fluid again, and the fill plug is disposable.
Yeah, how silly is that?
Because it has a captive washer on it, and it's $44 for a disposable transmission plug.
Disposable.
Yeah.
German engineering, baby.
Yeah, right. Oh, but anyway, thanks, Jay. Just there you go. I knew eyes wide open. You're a little bit annoyed when it happens, but I knew it was going to be difficult. I'm just waiting for Mach 1 to open here in Rogers. So I have a local dealer.
If they can, you can't get parts, what makes you think they can?
Well, at least then I can tow it 10 minutes down the road if I need to.
So he can sit in their shop for 3 weeks waiting on parts?
Yeah. Listen, Jay. Listen.
Well, it's also taken him 3 days to figure out how to lift it up.
Oh, we don't want to talk about that either. It's got.
I think we do now.
So the motor sits below the frame rails, and the exhaust sits below the motor. So it's got these these screw holes on the bottom of the motor where you have to attach a special thing to jack it, to get the wheels off the ground. Basically, you can't just use a scissor jack or something, because it'll crush the exhaust up, or whatever. So I've gone back and forth scouring the internet. The only thing I can buy costs $700 from Germany. It only fits that bike. Only fits that one bike. And so I've gone back and forth. Jay's heard the whole saga of me trying to find something that'll kind of work, or whatever. Finally, I figured it out. I got $100 scissor jack.
Yeah.
A 2x4.
Yep.
And some M10 bolts that are long enough to drop below the motor, but above the exhaust where the 2x4 sits. So, hey, I found $100 solution to my $700 problem.
It's 1/7 of the price.
Yeah, it's yeah. So it's a whole thing. You know, which I knew that was a problem too. I just never fixed the problem. So if you got to get tires off, like somebody has to have a special tool.
Oh Lordy.
Yeah, it's an experience. Early adoption problems, you know. I say that not like they're going to change it and make it better. You know,
early adoption has been out for like 4 years.
Sarah likes it.
I do like it. I'm gonna enjoy videoing while he tries to actually get it up there. You know.
I did a test run today. It will get off the ground. I'm like, it's a little wibbly wobbly though, so I may try and ratchet strap it to the truck and like the wall, you know, to make sure it doesn't go sideways on me.
I told you to put some eye loops in the damn rafters,
Yeah, this
brother.
dude's trying to get me to put, you know, hooks in my rafters to hoist the 1,000-pound bike up off the ground.
It's only 500.
One wheel at a
I've
time.
100% done that from a tree branch.
Yeah,
Sadly, none of our trees are big enough to do that.
yeah, right.
We would pull the entire tree down.
Hey, Sarah, put your arms out like this. That's how wide those hooks need to be.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was warning her earlier. I was like, you know, it's a little wibbly wobbly. I'm going to need you to sit on the seat and like, you know, use your feet to kind of make sure it doesn't start getting tippy. She's like, why can't you use ankle bars? And I was like, because the front wheel's going to be off the ground. They ain't going anywhere. We'll
Look,
see.
it is a beautiful bike. It is a beautiful bike. And I hear they ride great. Sarah likes it. You like it. We pick. But, you know, there's the low-hanging fruit. It's like,
You know,
it's like
Hey,
an old, it's
I
like
make
an
all the
old,
Harley stuff. It's fair. You know, it's totally fair.
it's like an old man tree. They hang real low, you know?
Hey, you know, I mean, we do have a gentleman on stream right now who I believe is on his 3rd Milwaukee 8.
That's fair as well.
Right? Where'd he go?
Oh, that guy.
And I'm on my 3rd set of front wheel bearings. So, you know,
And how many miles do you got? 40K or something like
30,000.
that? 30?
Well, it's 38. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's fair.
The second set install may have been a operator issue. May have been an
You did have
operator
to
error.
bust out a welder.
That's how I had to get them out, was with a welder.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Bo
at least they had the
back
cars,
there
though.
judging everybody. He's
Yeah.
just like, y'all are idiots.
Yeah. I had all 5 of my bearings the next day.
That's good if they go out every 5,000 miles. You got
They
it.
keep them in stock because they go out so often. I'm on my 3rd set too.
Second set in less than a year.
Well, same deal. That was operator error. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, how many
Apparently
miles?
there's a special way to put Harley bearings in that we didn't know about.
The hammer.
Yeah.
They make a tool for that to draw it down in there. But, you know, redneck.
100%. Block,
Yeah, I was-
block of wood, you're good.
I asked Jay, I was like, you know, they make special tools for this, and you have experience. So would you recommend I just going ahead and buy the tools as opposed to trying to like, you know, get the pickaxe out and like hit the hammer just right and whatever? He's like, man, just buy the tools. Just buy the tools.
Buy the tool. It's so much easier.
It'll take you another month and a half to get more.
Yeah, right.
bearings
Yeah, I
screwed
can't.
up.
If I break my bearings, I'm going to be real sad. That's for sure.
Oh, God.
Yeah, pull the good one out first. That way you got plenty of room to work the backside of the bad one.
Yeah, Jay spitting that wisdom. He was like, "Yeah, get the good one out that you know is not going to bust into 1,000 pieces when you pop it out, so that you can at least have a better chance of getting the bad one out." How many miles do you have on the pickle? Isn't that what we call it? The pickle,
We're the Freedom Pickle.
the Freedom Pickle. There you go.
That was
We
my name in
are
college.
That was his name in college.
Let's see, we're 72, 73,000 miles now. Two and
Gotcha.
a half years.
Oh, okay, so third set of bearings. That's not bad.
Yeah, not too shabby.
For some reason, I thought you had like I mean, I know you had bikes before that, but I thought you had like so many miles. Like, how'd you get 50,000 miles out of a pair of bearings? Like, what are you doing with those bearings, man? I need to know the secret.
Yeah, that's been 2.5 years. That's
Where's your
I get
space?
60,000 of those has been 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you, my old Kawasaki I had a 2018 Vaquero, which is like their road glide, street glide, bastard bike type thing.
It's a good looking bike though.
It was great. I'll tell you, it ran great, smooth as can be. And I put just under 80,000 miles on it in 2 years. I did tires and oil, spark plugs. Yeah. But other than that, that's the only thing I ever did to that bike.
Yeah, I had an 85 gold one.
What's that?
They don't make the Vaquero. They don't make any of the big cruiser, the touring cruisers, the Japanese companies.
Yeah, they're still going. It's still the exact same bike from 2011 when they started making them, but
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
It's
not
like-
even radio upgrade or anything, but
And what's your bike? Is it a 2021?
20, I believe. Yeah, I think it is a 20. Yeah, I don't know. 20. Yeah, it's a 20.
What up, road reality?
It's about time John got on here.
Yeah, geez.
Going through withdrawals, man. I was like, we're talking about dogs and Freedom Pickles, Jay's Freedom Pickle that everybody in college enjoyed. we got dogs, we got beers, we got Sarah's.
Yeah. First time for Sarah too.
Right?
I've made an appearance before.
No. Those were cameos. This is an appearance.
Yeah. That was bringing a beer and poking a face in, What is your shirt, Will? Is it a Jowls Jaws joke?
Oh, yeah, it's supposed to be Jaws.
That's awesome.
I love it.
I noticed you have your Burt on Time magazine back there too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I must have missed that issue. I didn't realize they put him on Time magazine. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's part of his wall of fame. We've got a whole bunch more crap. What are you up there twerking?
Right?
Oh, God.
Get them views. I don't know. Booty up there. There's a head and a booty. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's a couple of his magazine articles and newspapers and whatnot. Original goggles and special bandanas from special trips and all that.
So you're a sentimental guy. That's what I'm gathering here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We'll once we finally find our forever house, then he'll have a whole wall of fame for him for sure.
Yeah. So now, how old's Bo now?
Year and a half. To November, that's right. Yeah.
And now he's ridden on the back of Honey's bike a bit.
He has, and just the other day we put him on Burt's seat and rode him around the driveway, and you could tell that he was just like, he's pretty nervous. And then the second loop, we got a big circle driveway, but the second loop, you could tell he's like, oh, this is cool. And by the third one, he had his head up above my shoulders, catching some wind, and he was cool with it. So we're going to start working with him more. I'll fab up a little seat or something to put on Hani's bike, or maybe just have him on mine for a little bit and get him used to it.
Yeah, I had him jump off today. But my back seat is so small, and it doesn't have Burt's seat or one of Burt's old seats. I think we might try to put on there and see how he does.
Yeah.
Your bike didn't come with a dog bed on the back? Is that what?
Yeah, they should make it a factory option. I don't know what they're thinking.
I missed that option in the P&A catalog. What now, Hani? What bike do you ride? I forgot.
I've got a 15 Indian Scout.
Do they make an over the pillion pad?
Hiding John's chat.
Do Yeah.
There's a couple different companies that because I have the little a baby luggage rack back
Yeah.
there, and they do make kind of a crate. It's what do you call it? Like a
So they got one that's called a Rowdy Hounds, and it looks like a kennel, and then it's set up kind of like a jet fighter canopy or something because the whole top will slide back so the
yeah.
dog can sit up. And then they have Rowdy Hound.
oh, I can't get the name of it right now.
That's the one we're
that's
actually looking at.
kind of like a mesh kind of kennel thing that sits back there, even for like big dogs.
Yeah, they've got that. And there's one. It's terrible that I can't remember their name now. But anyway, it kind of looks like. You ever seen the inside of one of those Top Fuel dragsters that has got the big roll cage and all that welded in? Looks just like that. You can set them back in it and harness them in. And so if you do, God forbid, you go down, then the dog's actually really protected. So
It's cushioned too, so it's like a roll cage, but it's cushioned. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, I know you guys had said like Burt just kind of naturally hopped up there, and that was kind of the end of the story, right? And I know you said you weren't gonna like force Bo to do it, but like if he was into it, he was into it, kind of thing. You know?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's we'll try to put him on and see how it goes. And even though he's not running and jumping on it, if he's cool getting up there and riding along, then we'll really work with him and take it real slow to train him right. And Burt was just from day one, he was just a natural, just like he'd been riding for years. But
it was really fun though. I think it was spring fling last year when you didn't have a bike, and I'm sitting there talking to someone that I hadn't seen since the last spring fling. And as I'm sitting there talking, he's 6 months old or something like that, and he just hops up on my bike, and I was astounded. I'm like, "What are you doing, dude?" He's obviously been watching his brother, so he wants to get up there. And he, as soon as one of our friends drives by or someone with a bike drives by, he gets really excited. So he's the culture that we are in right now. He wants to be part of it. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah. Well, you guys never like harnessed Burt or anything to bike. I mean, is there ever a problem with him? Like, there's a squirrel, I'm going to jump off the shit and run off, or do whatever.
yeah, no, there was never that problem with Burt. The worst we had it with Burt one time was in Camdenton. I pulled up to a stoplight and there was a dog right next to us. Well, then Burt just hopped down and stuck his nose up to say hi to him, then turned around and jumped right back on the bike. So, hey, y'all chill out. They're back here playing.
I mean, it's fair. Everybody likes dogs. I mean, we got a battle happening here. It's the master and the teacher and the student. They're having a sparring match back there. No, that's cool. It's so wild to think about. Gosh, how long has Burt been riding?
Gosh, it's been do what?
A little over 8 years. He's been riding since he's
Hey, chill out, yo. Burt, back here. So we're gonna have another 20 minutes of growling and Burt.
Hey.
Chill out. Drop it. Nope.
Uh-oh. We got technical difficulties. We have a battle behind us.
Yeah.
Like Godzilla and Mothra just going to town back there.
Children, I will stop this car right now.
That's awesome. But it's just wild to think because I mean, like we live around here, obviously. I mean, Jay's in Little Rock, we're in Northwest Arkansas, you guys are up in mid-Missouri. So it's like we don't even think about how cool it is. There's like this dog that has just been riding on the back of this motorcycle willy-nilly for like years and years. It's like sort of a local celebrity. It's just like, well, yeah, it's Burt and Will and Honey. They're hanging out the ice hole or they come down to Arkansas and do whatever. But other people are like, what is happening? Like this is crazy.
That's the way, we look at it. It's just like, I'm just riding with my pup, like no big deal. And then to see the reactions of people when they see us the very first time is just like, they feel like Hulk Hogan just walked into the room or something. People are just like, "Oh my god!"
Right.
Well, it was really, really kind of funny when we were at the salt flats and we were walking around in the pits. Burt had his glasses on, his goggles on, and he's just walking around. I think he got just as much attention walking around with goggles, just walking on a leash, as he does when he is on the bike. It was kind of silly.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah, that's another thing that you learn real quick how bright it is out there. One of the most valuable lessons that I learned was if you're going to wear shorts, then you better use sunscreen in places that you don't think about.
What, the reflection off the salt?
Oh yeah, it goes right up there. Trust me. Yeah, I'm talking about the old man hang low things. Yeah, they hard-boiled eggs real fast. But
No, the
I think
getting
I think the worst part
the
about
first
having
night,
any of
Connie's
that
like, going for it, and Will's like, "No, don't touch it," you know.
Hey, if
I
y'all
think-
are
I think the-
if y'all are gonna make it over to North Carolina, I know somebody's got a sidecar for sale there.
hey, there it is.
Need one of those for Sarah.
Right. But
Is it for Oko?
That's
It-
okay.
it was attached to a BMW.
Uh-oh.
Right.
I don't want to. Yeah, see, I don't need the wheel bearings off that thing.
Another set of wheel
You
bearings.
got
to
to
worry
pre-order them from Berlin. All right, that's just all you got to remember. Keep a few spares on you. It's just about $1,000 for a handful of extras.
about. Yeah.
We're hoping. Yeah, there was that one photo you shared earlier. We were in front of that porta potty there, the honey bucket. Yeah, they got. Yeah, there you go. That you got to take a selfie with a honey bucket, and then they put you in this contest. And if you get so many likes and this and that, then they'll give you little prizes. But yeah, then they put you in a drawing to win your own honey bucket. They'll give you one, or what was it, $1,000? Yeah. So I was like, "Yep, Sheridan, money towards Burt sidecar someday."
So you can see a little bit there, but like, how many people are out there on like I guess race week or whatever it is?
Yeah, so that we were at Speed Week, and I know they've got the
It's like an international.
yeah. There's a couple of there's a few big events out there, but really, from what I observed, it's nowhere near as much of a spectator sport as you would think it is. I mean, most everybody out there was participating, racing, volunteering, whatever, but really there wasn't a ton of people sitting there just to watch it.
How close are you to like a town or somewhere that you could get a hotel or something?
So you're going to be 8 miles roughly from Wendover. Then they got West Wendover, which is just right over the state line. But they've got a lot of like casinos, hotels, all that stuff right there. But you gotta pre-book those a ways out, I think.
So then I guess it's I was gonna say, if it's like 100 miles from anything, I could understand. But if it's pretty close, people just like say it's just not a spectator sport. I guess if folks aren't going out there to just watch it hang out,
Yeah, and I'd say with all the casinos, I would assume don't plan your trip on me, but I would assume that there would be rooms, because I know really the majority of people, you leave the actual, I don't know if it's a state park or if it's a national,
It's a national.
but as soon as you leave the national park portion of the Salt Flats, then it's Bureau of Land Management, so you can camp anywhere you want, and most everybody takes their car haulers and everything and their campers, everything, and they put it what they call the bend out there. And it's a huge party at night out there. It's a good time. It's really cool. You talk to a lot of the racers, and they really one of the coolest racing things I've been to, because when you go to the drag strips or whatever, a lot of the guys don't have time to talk to you. They don't really care to talk to you, but they're very interactive with everybody. They're eager to. They'll pull you in their trailer, like, here, come look at this car right now, and they'll pull body panels off to show you things. And
Slap for stickers on the side.
See,
Yeah,
before you answered my question, I was like, it sounds like a place for a bike rally, but I don't know if people are hanging out. But it sounds like there is a party that happens,
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I don't think it really gets as wild as some of the
Well,
bike
yeah,
fest stuff, but it kind of holds a candle to it.
different crowd. You got a bunch of racers out there partying versus a bunch of idiots like us,
Yeah. Well, I think one of the coolest things I see is, you look at a lot of those cars, and it's a lot of rednecks in a garage building a hot rod, and you see a couple streamliners out there that you're like, oh my gosh, this had to have been built in this immaculate factory with perfect little welds. But then you get to looking, and you're like, you drive that thing 300 miles an hour?
That's a lot of zip ties, man. Like
Yeah,
whatever.
no, there was definitely duct tape and zip ties. I mean, that's
Yeah, I've watched some videos of that sort of thing, and it does seem it's much more grassroots than a lot of kind of racing or record kind of stuff. Because anybody can go out there.
Well, and one of the cooler guys, I don't want to say cooler than anybody else, but yeah, one of the really, to me, was like, holy cow, this is awesome to talk to. Yeah, it was Wayne Cold, and he built I think it's an Indian Chief. It's not a Scout, but it's a Chief, but it's the streamliner. They call it the Spirit of Monroe. That he hand built that bike, and then Lee Monroe, which is his Burt Monroe's great nephew. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But he rode that bike up to a record, and then Wayne, when he retired from Indian, that was kind of the severance package. They said, "Here's the bike, you can have it." So it was there, and me just how cool that place was is I focus a lot on keeping Burt stuff updated and photos and videos and all this stuff that I was so in awe of everything. I didn't take pictures. I didn't take videos. And we were right there next to one of the main bikes that we should have had pictures of him with that we didn't do. So
Is that you're talking about the Spirit of Monroe?
yeah.
Jay, pull it up.
Right.
You got the internet at your fingertips now. No, it seems super cool, and so you would recommend, if folks want a cool place to go.
1,000%. In all honesty, I was like, we're doing Sturgis next year, but I'm like, we could push Sturgis off for another 10 years and just go to the Salt Flats.
You heard it here first, folks. Skip Sturgis, go to Bonneville.
Absolutely. I 1,000% suggest it. It's one of the coolest experiences I've ever had.
Yeah.
We just got to talk a bunch of food trucks into showing up there, so we got something to munch on.
No, we just need Mike. We just need Mike Bowman. He'll come with a fridge with 800 pounds of meat in it.
That is true. He's going to have some tri-tips. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, he's already been volunteered for the anniversary or the annual meat cookout thing. So we'll just have to make that a Bonneville thing too. He's just
I think that's great. I bet he would absolutely have a blast running that Ducati out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, he does those airstrip runs, right? that's
he's live out there.
Yeah, the standing mile runs.
Yeah.
Well, shit, and this is an 11-mile course, if I'm not mistaken.
Depends on the year if they have enough salt. I think this year it was 9 miles.
Yeah, they knocked off a few miles this year, but yeah.
Just 9 miles to get up to top speed.
Yeah, that's it.
And a lot of guys, it's kind of fun. A lot of guys will just cut it after mile 3. I think it's between mile 2 and mile 7 or whatever that you have to hit that top speed that you want to get. And if you hit it in that second mile, they just cut it.
Well, you have to have race licenses out there too. So if you don't have a Class A license to go over 200, you can't go over 200 out there. You'll get some crap. But
you got a sandbag like you did with Burt at 47 miles per hour, huh?
Yeah, right.
47.6, sir.
The dude's going 198.3. All right, I got to pull back a little bit.
Well, It was funny when we posted that up. There was 3 or 4 people on there. They were like, "Oh, bullshit! We know Burt will go faster than that."
Yeah, I kind of thought that too. I thought it was maybe the terrain wouldn't let you go faster, but I was like, I know Burt's gone faster than 47 miles per hour.
I think
it will for sure.
I'd say his top recorded speed so far, and Lord have mercy on my soul for putting my dog in this danger, but we got clocked at 108 miles an hour in Florida. So
if I was a cop, I'd pull over a dog and a dude on a motorcycle and go 108 just to be like, you want to be friends or like what?
Right. So yeah, Burt has 100% gotten me out of tickets for this. I will not mention the officer's name, but in Lake Ozark, we got popped 65 and it's 45, I think is what it was. And the guy pulled me over and he's just like, "Man, what's with the speed?" And I said, "Man, I had a good song. I was in the moment and just I was gripping it a little too hard." And he's like, "Man, that's cool and all." He says, "I'm not going to write you a ticket because this is one of the coolest things I've ever seen." But he's like, "But I'm going to get a selfie with him." And I said, "Dude, take as many as you want."
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I think we all know that pain of like, that handful of songs come on and you're just like, oops, my hand twists a little harder,
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Hey, there's some songs I refuse to put on my phone. There's
dangerous songs.
Yeah, and by the way, Chase, I know how to properly camp. Okay.
Oh man,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's legit.
I can
right
tarp
there.
camp.
Sarah's not down.
No.
Sarah is not down. Will, if you want to go camping, we can do that sort of shit.
You name when you want to go. Let's do it.
When it's not 113 degrees, 80% humidity, preferably.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Well, that was at Moyer's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When was that?
A couple years back. The year before.
22.
2021 maybe.
Okay, I was like, because we were there in 23, and
yeah.
That's
I'm pretty sure that was 21. Hold on.
Is that your dad's RT or is that a newer bike?
Yeah, no, that's his RT.
Okay, that's the one you sold.
No, he still got that one.
Oh, it was an older one that you sold.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I was like, because that looks newer than the one I remember you showing me.
Yeah, 21. October 2nd, 21.
Well, that's cool.
Had to pull up the metadata.
Had to pull off the metadata, right?
Swipe up.
Used to be you just had to write the date on the back of the Polaroid, and if you didn't, nobody ever knew when it happened.
Yeah.
Oh, Bo, what are you doing back there, dude?
Trying to get in the shot.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, more dogs, more likes, more views. That's my policy on just about everything. Sarah gave up a yak chew. He's like very invested back here chewing on his cigar.
So what do y'all got playing the rest of the we already covered that. Never mind.
Not really.
Well,
so you got Ozark Bike Fest.
Yeah.
Something BFE. What are you doing till it gets cold?
He's gonna ride all year long,
Yeah.
even when it's cold.
Yeah, that happens.
that's right.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't really,
If you even know what a Polaroid is, that's for sure.
here, you know how to work this. I was reading the comments. I hit a button, made him disappear on your phone.
No.
Oh, we got technical difficulty.
Yeah, me and
but-
technology do not get along at all.
I've been slacking on my comment moderation over here.
Is he talking about the Spirit of Monroe? I'm not trying to put pressure on you, Jake. Can you pull? I'm just real curious, and I can't access it myself right now.
Well, I got to do it the hard way because I didn't set up the share screen.
Right there. I can hear him hunting and pecking. He's like, "How do you spell spirit?"
Autocorrect, bro. I got you.
Listen, Wagonators. I'm not like that old. I know what a Polaroid is. She knows what a Polaroid is.
Come here. go, girl. Come here.
She's just a little baby. She's always the baby. She's trying to force the dog into being photogenic.
Thinks I'm trying to take his chewy
Okay,
away.
come here.
It doesn't.
Let's see.
Oh, that's
Hey, there you
cool.
go. That works.
Oh wow, yeah. So how fast is he going that?
So I think that he was shooting for 200. I want to say, I think he got 100. I think he got 190 this speed week. Yeah. No, not Burt's bike.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think he hit 190 on it.
190. Yeah, that's just, it's kind of one of those things where you can't even like fathom, because I feel like 200 miles per hour is like 4 times as fast as 100 miles per hour, like, in terms of stuff that's going on.
Well,
So-
he posts up some
I'll be right
videos
back.
and he has an onboard camera where you can see the front of that bike starting to wobble in places, and it shows the lean angles, and it's how much he's moving it at that speed. It's just yeah.
Yeah. Sarah's trying to get Oko to cooperate here, but he is very invested in his his treat. He is gnawing.
Ramen.
We lost Jay. He got so excited he had to go tinkle. That's- Jay has to poop. I decided to go with the easier version, but poop works too.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, well, I by all accounts, unless something crazy happens, we will see you at Bike Fest. We've got the hotel booked. So,
Heck yeah.
which, gosh, when is that? I don't have my calendar up. That's let's see,
September 8th. Is when it starts, or 9th, I think.
Still maybe, I think.
Yeah, I think our live that Thursday would be the 11th. So it's that weekend, I assume.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I was 2 Kegels away from wetting myself. I don't know if y'all could tell. I was kind of twitching and I was fighting
You're
out.
trying to prairie dog it. It wasn't working, I guess to a certain point. Jay, when you get to a certain age, you just can't hold it in like that anymore,
Glad you related to this. Woo!
It's funny because he's a trucker. You'd figure he'd have a bottle down there somewhere.
Well, I mean, now that you mentioned it, I kind of do.
All right. Well, now that we've ended on Jay's Kegels, Jay, you got anything else? You got a fancy wrap up for us? What do we got?
If you're over 45, get your booty hole checked. Yeah.
Ask for the second opinion.
Yeah, so you have them use 2 fingers so you get a second opinion.
Right.
Jay has to poop.
Brando, you wasn't far off. You was about that far off. Let's see, Busted Knuckles. There aren't any decent humor like mine.
Talking about it. Bonneville
Like this.
or Bike Fest?
What are you talking about, Jeremy? What location, sir? Come on, Jeremy. Anyway, is there any good ones at what's the best place to hang out at Bike Fest?
Man, there's a lot. We like
Wagonators.
Geisel.
Wagonators gonna be there.
Woo!
Yeah, we usually chill at the ice hole back behind Tucker Shuckers. They've got the frozen drinks and all that. And it's off the strip, so you're not involved with all the chaos. But if you want to be, just walk 50 feet and you're there. If you want one of the best dinners you're going to get, they got Baxter's up there. Lunches, too. You'll see this crazy lady. She might wait on your table if you get lucky.
Oh, well, now we're going, right?
But, yeah, no, it's we got a lot of good roads, a lot of good riding, good scenery. Stay sober when you ride because these cops out here will pin you in a heartbeat. And yeah, it's a lot of, y'all are used to the curvy roads. A lot of these Kansans, Illinoisans, all that are not. So
Yeah. Now we went to Bike Fest for the first time last year, and I was surprised. Like I didn't know what to expect, but it was way bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
like that street on like Friday, Saturday night is like miles of bikes lined up.
Yep. Yeah, they shut the whole strip down. Yeah, we'll. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure something out. Maybe me and a couple buddies will try to throw together a couple back road maps or something like that, or do a small ride or something like that, and kind of show you the spots where the mainstream people don't know about. So.
Brando wanted to know if anybody here has been to the Tail of the Dragon. I have not, but it's on my list of things I want to do.
Yeah, we've been a few times. Yeah.
Burt been down the damn Tail of the Dragon. I haven't.
Right.
Yeah.
Than you
That's funny. That's you can't see it in the glare, but
that was on the Vaquero there.
Yep. Yeah, that was our first time actually. Yeah, we've been. Shoot, I think 4 or 5 times since then, but
I feel you on that, Busted. He said he's going to try to make Bike Fest, but he's not quite sure logistics, lodging, and being broke, that kind of thing.
Yeah, Busted. I'm not sure about the campground things. It's kind of like, the main area is very much like Airbnb and hotels. So I'm sure there are campgrounds and stuff. I just, everybody I know is trying to get as close to the strip as they can. So.
Yeah, and if you're not booked by now, you might have a hard-ish time finding. Airbnb is by far your best bet. For like tent camping and stuff, good luck. They've got a Great American Campground. I don't know if they do tent camping or not. That's a pretty decent little spot to hang out, though.
I'm sure kind of off the beaten path, you get 10, 15 miles out of town, you can probably find just about whatever you want, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because it's out there.
There's not a ton of, the state parks, you might have some luck out there. We've got a lot of state parks out here. I don't know how much tent camping spots they have. Like,
I know the one down 42.
Yeah.
And there are a lot more campgrounds than I thought that there were when your parents came here.
Yeah.
And we were doing some research. So there are quite a few campgrounds here. Trying to think. Bear Bottom, I hear is a really good, fun place to go. I think they have tent camping and they have a bar and like water access, and it's on the other side of the lake where most of the events, but it's a good ride.
Mm-hmm. Busted said he thought the Dragon was overrated. I 1,000% agree with that.
Yeah, I've heard that from like everybody who's ridden in the Ozarks, that they're like, I mean, if you're over there, go do it, sure, but like don't just go there to do it,
Yeah, like it's cool to check off the list for sure. My by far my favorite ride out there is probably Highway 28. They call it the Moonshiner 28. That one's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we lucked out and just kind of randomly Encore down there, around the strip, had a room open, and it was like not crazy expensive last year. We booked it. We didn't book it super far out, but we didn't realize how close we would be, and we were like, hell yeah! So like literally as soon as they announced the date, I booked that thing again. That's like it's right there, and you got the hotel and the kind of the lake bar, thing that's attached to it or whatever. So it's just kind of nice and centrally located, and you can get food and drinks and everything there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's not $50 a night, but it's not $500 a night either.
Beware who you're nice to up Lake of the Ozarks. I hear that's the number one spot for swingers in the Midwest.
That's where Bagger Bader, if he's still in here, that's where he stays.
A lot of fun for sure.
Well, y'all, I guess we're going to shut her down, man. I appreciate y'all coming back by once again, and happy retirement to Burt whenever that happens.
Yeah, absolutely. They're these two are.
Oh.
Burt, you gonna say hi to everybody?
What? No, I'm sleeping. Leave me be. What is this? This is mine now.
I'm tearing this up for him.
Here, now it's mine.
Bo looked away and he's like, "Nope, that's mine now."
Yeah, I'm stealing that.
All right, Jay, send us off, good sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for stopping by the Chase and Jay live stream, Chase and Jay show, live to live this. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks again to Will and Howney for coming by again. I'm glad y'all had an awesome and safe trip to the Salt Flats. I'm glad you finally got to take Burt, named after Burt Monroe, to the Salt Flats, world's fastest Indian. Thank you again. We will see y'all next time on the next go round.
Absolutely.
I had one planned, and then now I'm just doing it off the cuff because I forgot. I had one planned. I promise. Y'all be safe out there. Take care of one another.
Appreciate you having us, y'all.
Hey, don't forget, go by Burt the Biker Dog on Facebook, Instagram,
TikTok.
TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No, when she knows about TikTok.
Do what,
Follow
Chase?
her on TikTok.
Do what?
What'd you say?
Oh, I said, yeah, she knows TikTok. I don't.
I follow Burt on TikTok. Okay.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, tell your friend. Share. If you've already subscribed and you're already following, the best thing you can do is share to somebody that might enjoy it.
Absolutely.
And don't forget to stop by Chasing Adventure at his YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and show him some love too. Even though we're streaming on my channel, I could not do this without my good friend Chase and Sarah.
Pull up on me, brake checking the bird.